Welcome to our crib, Mrs. Neal. Holly Neal, welcome.
Whatever happened to predictability? The milkman, the paper boy, evening TV. Did I get delivered here? Somebody tell me, please. This whole world's confusing me. Clouds as mean as you've ever seen. Ain't a bird who knows you're true. Then a little voice inside you whispers, don't sell your dreams so soon. Everywhere you look, everywhere there's a heart, a hand to hold on to. Everywhere you look, everywhere there's a place of somebody who needs you. Everywhere you look.
Our team is a fourth-generation family of ranchers on a 2,000-acre ranch in the sage-grass steppe rangeland in eastern Oregon. It contains pastures, a ponds, a riparian area, a wetland meadow with a spring, and a high-elevation lands of 5,000 feet. The primary income is raising cattle that is grazed on our private land, along with our grazing rights on neighboring federal lands. Girl, this is our family.
Farmer Holly is considered an entrepreneur for her designer overall company, Overalls Please, which every successful farmer wears. Her fiery red hair represents her fiery red passion for sage-grouse conservation. Farmer Nicole is a fearless barrel racer, herding her beloved cows while mounted on her great stallion Juan. Don't let her signs fool you. She's full of spice and passion, always ready to whip any opposer to sage-grouse conservation into shape.
Giddy up!
Farmer Malachi cannot wait until a day where the beloved sage-grouse and cows live in harmony on his family farm. This spunky farmer loves to dye his hair various colors of fun dip flavors, and he loves his farmer family.
Farmer Asia has a passion for fiddling, interpretive dancing, and raising awareness for the declining population of sage-grouse. The dauntless girlie has a lust for life and supports the philosophy, go green or go to be.
Farmer Miles loves his two chickens, Tucker and Greg, and is willing to take whatever means necessary to accommodate for the sage-grouse. He's well known for his innovation of the garden hoe, a staple for any land-owning macho man.
Yeehaw! You for a ride on my big green tractor. Oh yeah, yeah. We can go to town.
Come in.
Hey,
Did you get my email? Sure did.
so our budget is $37,000.
So you have to rotate cows and fences for $4,000. Your barbed wire fence is going to be $479.94. Your final reflectors are $115. Your cheatgrass is going to be pretty pricey. It's $29,700, and reducing juniper trees is $2,500. So your total comes down to $36,794.
Well, that's under budget. Well, thank you.
Perfect. See you later.
I'm sorry.
So the main concerns for our farmland were in the pasture, the meadow, and our mountain range. Our pasture is being overused by livestock. Our mountain range had an over-invasive species of juniper trees. And our meadow was also being overused by our livestock and caused a problem for the sage-grouse breeding. Here's the solutions that we came up with for our farmland. Stay tuned. We replaced our old barbed wire fencing that was hurting our cows, our sage-grouse, and the farmers. So what we decided to do is replace it with this brand new fencing that no longer harms anything, and it's just way more beneficial.
The sage-grouse kept running into the barbed wire fence because they couldn't see it, so we got this new reflective tape so that they could see the fence.
One of our main issues is cheatgrass. It's taking over all the grass so our cows don't have anything to eat. You might think weeding works for this pesky plant, but it doesn't. We have to use soil microbes to fix it.
In the pasture, we've rotated the cows in order to help conserve the sage-grouse breeding population as they breed on half of our land. We move the cows around in the pasture to allow the sage-grouse to have their own
We divided the pasture into 4 parts with fences in the middle and gates so we rotate the cows. So the sage grouse breeding ground is different than the feeding ground of the cows.
The meadow is for the sage grouse. The meadow is the prime breeding ground for the sage grouse.
Let me tell you about the trees here. We had an invasive juniper species and we ended up thinning them out so we have nice room like right here for our mountain bike trails and other fun activities. Let me tell you about that. We thinned out all the juniper trees because they were invasive species, leaving wide open trails for mountain biking like this. Today I have a meeting with our BLM agent to learn a little bit more about our land.
Hi, I'm a BLM agent.
I'm Miles.
Nice to meet you. Okay, so we have a little issue. We own public land around your farm, so we're having some restrictions about sage grouse conservation, and we really need you to conserve them.
Okay, how does the BLM influence me?
The BLM is a government-owned agency, and taxpayer dollars go to it. That's why people that don't like environmentalism don't like us. Anyways, we are an advocate for sage grouse conservation. So we need you to conserve the sage grouse around your area, because they're endangered.
Is this a big problem?
Yes.
Thank you.
All the information I just shared with you guys is from blm.gov. Check it out for more of your conservation and landowning needs.
Oh, I didn't see you there. Well, off to our next meeting with the Forestry Services agent.
After talking to some other loggers, we all agreed that thinning on your property would be the best option to keep thinning the trees every 10 years to preserve the forest. Make sure the trees are healthy and removed if they are dead. All this information is from the OFRI website.
Where do I go if I want more information?
You go to that website.
Okay, when should I meet with you again? Another 10 years, you said?
Yep, to preserve the forest.
Awesome, thank you.
You're welcome.
Are you guys ready to learn about how we can best conserve our rangeland? Let's go learn.
Hi. Okay, so the 3 best ways to conserve your rangeland are making sure that you have a healthy relationship between the humans, the animals, and the environment. So that's kind of the main thing, especially since your rangeland is really concerned with like sage grouse. So the best thing to do is like what my job is just to inform you on everything. So protecting your sage grouse habitats, like changing out like your barbed wire fences or stuff like that, so you're not affecting the animals like the cattle or your cows, or like rusty barbed wire is really dangerous for sage grouse when they're walking around. Also the environment, making sure that you're keeping up with your grazing and that you're thinning out your trees so it's not too cluttered. So you have like pastures and these wide open ranges for you guys to explore and do things with like your animals and stuff like that. So just make sure that you have a healthy relationship between the 3 and that you're keeping everything sustained, and that's pretty much it.
Where can I go to get more information on this?
You can go to rangeland.study.com.
Awesome. Well, thank you. When will we have our next meeting?
Stay tuned.
Let me tell you about that. We got our interest group here learning a little bit more about the environment.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm going to tell you a little bit about the environment.
Please do.
So, the Earth is the only home that the humans have. It provides air, food, and other needs for us. And cutting down all your trees can cause too much carbon dioxide in the air, which will cause global warming. Biodiversity is threatened because the species won't have their natural environment. And like the last point I have is that landslides and mudslides will increase runoff. It can contaminate the fresh water, it'll hurt the fish, and we won't have any clean drinking water.
We don't want that to happen. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
See ya. Ready?
Coming in hot.
Howdy.
So good. I can
Always are giving each other a hand on the